There's this guy, Andre, who's kind of a sometimes.
Yeah, to ask you.
Of course. He wants to interview me, I don't know why.
That's how you become pro, guys. Skip class, go to pickleball.
He said it, not me. My mom will kill me if that's public. But it was fun because like players would come from all over, and my second month with that group, this random kid comes from Whitewater, University of Wisconsin Whitewater. I'm like, who is this guy? He's skinny, he's, you know, it's pretty fast. Like, who's this guy? It was Zane Navratil. Yeah, for sure. Like, I can usually tell, like, when I have a new person and I'm teaching for the first time, and they're stepping into their volleys, right? That's like, you play tennis player. Yeah,
you see that.
Yeah, like these big backswings. Like, eliminating those small things, I think I can really help with. So.
My first pro interview, dude.
Really?
Welcome to the channel.
I feel honored.
Yeah. And then I think I'm gonna interview Dave and John this weekend too, and then see who else I can get while they're here. But I figured I'll be here since just meet the pros where they are.
Yeah.
You guys are in your element.
Need introductions. Let me know. I know pretty much. I don't know everybody anymore. I used to know everybody. Now there's
always new people in the game coming up. Yeah. Who are some new players that you enjoy watching or that you're excited to see come up?
I wouldn't say I have like a certain one. Are we like live now or like?
Yeah, we're going now.
I mean, I generally tend to be fans of the players who are nice people.
Yeah.
And who have been, nice to me.
Yeah.
So I'm a little biased, but like.
No, that's human bias.
True. One person that comes to mind is Allison Harris.
Okay.
She's super nice. We talked about playing a tournament, but now she's kind of too good for me. She's still super nice to me,
not with that attitude.
There's this guy, Andre, who's kind of a dick sometimes.
Yeah, to ask you.
Of course. He wants to interview me, I don't know why.
Can I interview you later in the tournament? Sure. All right, sounds good. All right. At first I was like, where's this dude coming from? But
oh, yeah. And stuff you don't need to know.
No, he's not. His partner is.
He's over there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, he is over there. All right, I think this here is recording. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, that's funny you say that. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah. What did he do to you? So you've been working with Lake Geneva for, what, 2-3 years now?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half?
Yeah.
Cool. Head pro there.
Yep.
Upcoming tournament coming up, all-inclusive.
Right. In December 16th, 17th, Lake Geneva Tennis rocking around the Kitchick Round Robin Classic. Hope to see you there.
You heard it here first. I don't know if this will come. I'll try to get this out before then, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll try my best. So, so you're head pro there. So you teach people pickleball, like from all skill levels, right?
Yep.
Like all the way from like never held a paddle or any racket sport all the way to like people who just transition from like tennis, right?
I probably teach like 5 new to pickleball lessons a week. And the great thing about pickleball is that in an hour, I teach them all the rules, all the scoring, everything they need to know to play a game, and they can rally proficiently. In an hour, they're laughing, having fun, and they're scoring down.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes it so appealing to such a large audience. Like my club, like right now we're building 6 indoor pickleball courts. We're about to hit 500 pickleball members.
That's awesome,
it's just
dude. That's
blowing
awesome.
up like crazy.
Yeah, I think that joy of like when you first play pickleball, even if you don't have any experience before and you're just like, just like hitting it as hard as you can or like missing those shots that you're like, I could definitely get those.
Yeah. The game
that's part of the beauty of it, I think.
Yeah, like I'll have a couple people who will come up to me and say, I've never played a sport. But in an hour, they're actually playing and they're like enjoying it and they're becoming confident in it, which is, my kind of like catchphrase is like, in pickleball, we'll spend 6 minutes and you'll know how to serve, right? In my tennis lessons, I have a 6-week clinic on teaching the serve in tennis. Just the serve, not the rallying part, So like, it's so much more easier to pick up.
Don't even get me started on tennis scoring, dude. If you think pickleball scoring is confusing.
I don't know. I think at first pickleball scoring is more confusing, but it makes more sense.
Yeah. One thing that I tell beginners is like, say the score and then say, I'm a 1, I'm a 2. Because then it, for them, and like, especially for me when I was learning, that helped really like break up the score.
Definitely.
You're like, wait, what are all these 3 numbers? You're like trying to crunch math problems. You're like, that Zach Galifianakis meme where like all the numbers are like in front of you. And you're like, oh, what the heck? But yeah, so saying like 3-2, I'm a 1 or something like really broke it up for me.
And one thing I do is in my lessons, I save the scoring part until the end.
Oh, okay.
They're already hooked on playing. They're invested in it themselves.
And then the score is just something like, oh, I'll just get over this weird confusing part. Because if that's the first thing you learn, you're like, I don't want to do math problems when I'm trying to play a sport.
So somebody I worked with, he used to teach the score first. And he had people just walk out when he was talking about the score at the very beginning.
Oh, geez,
Yeah, so once they're invested and they actually want to know the scoring because they want to play, right?
Exactly,
and they basically think, oh, I have to know the scoring to play because I really want to play because this has been fun. You know?
But I also kind of, maybe he was thinking like, oh, when you start a game, you have to say the score. So just thinking chronologically from the game. But you're starting with like the most fun first. And then just going down from there and then explaining like weird kitchen rules and stuff like that.
I wait till I get them hooked.
Throw them the hard stuff. So and then up to what level do you teach? If like you start at like 2.0, like 2.5 people.
Yeah, so I teach a couple low 5.0 players. So I have a really big range. I definitely enjoy the 4.0 plus teaching more because you're teaching more advanced stuff. And I feel like there's not a lot of people super qualified to teach to those highest levels, right? Like right now, like anybody can get certified to teach pickleball. But I feel like I have some certain experiences that others that a very select few have had. Starting a couple of years ago and seeing how the game has changed over the last few years.
And the higher level you go, the harder it is to find people to play with, and probably even harder to find to teach you as well.
For sure. With where we're at right now, if you're going to be a high level or pro pickleball player, you need to have a certain degree of self-awareness to kind of help you see what you need to work on, holes in your game, stuff like that. So,
do you think filming yourself playing like competitive matches helps with that?
Definitely the competitive matches. I don't film like every practice session or anything like that, but it's definitely good to like watch yourself every once in a while just to see if things have changed. Or it's really fun for me. Like I've been recording matches for years now.
Of you playing.
Of me playing, and it's been really fun to see my evolution as a player and how things have changed, how the game has changed since I started playing. So.
What have been like some of the big jumps that you're like, what was that? Like you watch the film and you're like, what was I doing?
well, big. Are you saying changes in the game or changes
in your game? Changes in your game. That
definitely just staying relaxed and calm and knowing when to just dink it and not. I mean, like most tennis players, when I first started, I was just balls to the wall. I'm going to drive everything. I'm going to hit hard. I'm going to crash in. I learned very quickly once I was playing against good players that doesn't work. Right? And one thing that was a little bit different in my evolution compared to like newer players is that when I first started playing, paddle technology was not where it is now. Right? It was very hard to swing hard and still keep the ball in. Whereas now the paddles are so gritty where they can grab the ball. And I think that's probably been the biggest change in the game.
In the overall
is the paddle technology. It allows players to be able to swing big with different kinds of grips and just make the ball move in ridiculous ways. Where before, if I took this big swing with a semi-Western grip, ball's going to go straight to the ground. Right? Now it's not going to. So.
And now, like, since those balls are coming at you with so much more topspin, that's changing your defense game.
Definitely.
And then how much of the paddle do you think plays a part in your offense game?
So I'll kind of, before I start a match, I'll check and see what other players are using. Now all the players are using paddles that get a lot of spin, but before, last couple of years, not everybody was using a pretty spinny paddle. There were some players who were using paddles that didn't spin as much. So I know if somebody attacks the ball from below the level net with like a non-gritty paddle, I know it's always going out.
And it's part of the assessment you're doing.
Correct.
Like, oh, like if they have like a weakness on backhand dink or something, or like a special instance like this where like the floor, it's just like another like, variable that
letting
that you're
drives go past you, letting go out.
Yeah.
It used to be the old saying like chest high, let it fly.
Yeah.
Not the case anymore.
Yeah.
An extreme
example. It can clip the back of that.
Yeah,
the line back there.
An extreme example I have is a couple of years ago at PPA, I was playing against a player using a carbon paddle, which was way out of spec. It was super illegal. A month later, they got caught. The whole carbon, whatever. Yeah. Their balls, he was swinging all out, going over my head, landing a foot or two in. I said, something's not right.
These physics are not playing out.
But actually, like you fast forward, like this is a little over a year and a half ago. Now all the paddles get a good level of spin, whereas so now like just chest high, let it fly doesn't apply anymore, right? You have to really watch their swing, how they're gripping the ball. You know, there's more factors you have to pay attention to now.
And before you run out, and then by the time you run all those calculations, the ball's like at you.
Yeah, you gotta
because the game's quick too. Quick. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, generally before, like if ball was going 50 miles an hour or above, it's always going out. Right?
Yeah.
Not the case anymore. So.
Yeah. Jeez. What changes do you think are so like pickleball's like super new? So in the lifetime of pickleball, from like where it's come to now, like crazy leaps in paddle technology, what do you think is going to be like the next big jump in pickleball? Because eventually, like paddle technology, I think it's kind of like it'll eventually reach its plateau. Either like the tournament officials are going to be like, hey, okay, we're drawing the line here.
Yeah. Are you talking more so on the amateur or the pro side?
Pro side.
Pro side. Yeah, eventually I think we're going to have a little bit more of a level playing field. Right now there are paddles that, delaminate or super gritty. Like, once that all gets evened out and squared away, I think the game is going to become just super athletic. You know, right now if you look at me, I'm not, I don't look the most athletic. I do better than you would think.
You can move around, dude.
But the level of athletes that are coming into the sport right now is
like from tennis.
Yeah, it's just at another level. Like it's like I'm seeing players are like animals, like, and they're used to playing on the tennis court 5 hours a day, and like they come over here. This is better for their bodies, and now that there's money involved, we're gonna get a lot of high level athletes coming in. I don't think it's just gonna be from tennis. I think it's gonna be from other sports too.
Like what? Baseball? I've heard some people in baseball.
Baseball players are super coordinated, but the strokes to hitting every ball are a little unique. I think we'll see more table tennis players come in. And I think we'll see more badminton players come in too. So there's this one guy, Henry Winardo. I don't know if you've heard of him before.
I've not, no.
He dabbled in pro pickleball a few years ago before there were gritty paddles.
What year? Like 19 before COVID?
Pre-COVID, yeah. He could hold the ball. He could look like he's going to dink it at the last minute, just flick his wrist.
Like a super quick windshield.
And then it would just pound the person in front of him, straight in the chest. They had no idea what was going on.
You played against him?
I never got the chance to play against him, but I've watched him play, and I've had friends who played against him.
And you're like, I don't want any of that.
This is nuts. Yeah. Sorry, can I call a timeout and go pee?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Take this off?
Yeah, go for it. Pee break.
All right. Well, my paddles are ready to be picked up.
Oh, really? Said you failed?
No, one of my paddles was close to failing, he said.
Really? Oh, jeez. It was close to failing. What's the limit for the paddle? What's the magic number?
It was probably close to failing the deflection, the power, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. The 0-0.
And you said you like a lot of deflection.
Power. Yeah, because I don't hit very hard, right? So, compared to most players on tour, so I need a paddle that is pretty poppy. Yeah. I feel like with enough practice, I can get the control dialed in. But that's kind of a trend you're seeing in all of pro pickleball, and a lot of players are going to those super poppy paddles.
That way, is that they go to the poppier, more aggressive paddle so they can focus more like on the placement, and then they get the power from.
Correct. Yeah, because power is harder to. it's harder to get better at power than it is harder to get better at control. If that makes sense.
It's harder to generate power than it is to
It's harder to be able to generate more power.
Yeah.
Than it is to learn to control.
Yeah, to dial in the control, because you can always like tune the control back.
Yeah.
Or increase the control and then like, because like, you can hit it as hard as you can, but if it doesn't land in, like,
exactly.
What good is it for anyone? So.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to get a little bit into your background.
Okay.
So, when did pickleball enter your life?
So I was a college student at NIU. This is pre-COVID.
Yeah, roll Huskies.
I was working out in the gym, and I was running around. At the rec, and I was running around on the track that's around those basketball courts. And there's these old. They were old.
Dude, I play with them.
Nick is one of them.
Yeah, he goes to Victory.
Yeah,
no way. Dude, they're the ones who like I thought no one played pickleball in DeKalb. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning. And I saw him there and I was like, no way, pickleball in DeKalb is crazy.
It's like Nick, Mary Kate,
Jeff, Robin.
Yes, I still talk to Robin.
I've been trying to have Robin like come up and play a tournament. So maybe the food from Lake Geneva would convince her.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, dude. So they always play in the mornings.
Yeah. So I could only play with them one day a week because of my schedule.
Yeah.
After the first time I played, like I watched them play. I'm like,
on that first day,
I had no idea what pickleball was.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have any negative feelings towards it. I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And of course they watched me.
But you're just going around, so you're seeing it all the time.
I stopped for a second. I was watching them. I'm like, kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then they saw me watch and like, oh, come play. And that's how they hook you, right?
Yeah.
they brought me in. They kicked my, can I say ass? They kicked my ass.
Yeah. Hey, now you go back to DeKalb. Show them who's boss.
I might be going to DeKalb to do a free little clinic for the club.
For the club. Yeah. Awesome.
So that's cool. But
Mo put the club together, right?
Yeah.
Mo was literally the only person that I could ever play with in DeKalb. Because he was like better than me, and everyone else were just like never grabbed a paddle in their life.
Yeah, and I think his brother is running it now, but
and he goes to NIU?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, sick, dude. Sick. So, that's awesome, dude. Yeah. Oh, geez. How come the pickleball club finally came after we graduated?
The club, definitely, yeah. Well, it all just exploded. During COVID,
I know,
right?
During COVID. Oh, so you had seen the DeKalb people playing there. This was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
My senior year of college was pre-COVID.
That's crazy.
Yes, I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I
you graduated like how far before COVID?
In 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
I was student teaching during COVID.
Yeah.
But it was nuts. Like they kicked my butt. I'm like, all right, there's no way I can lose to these old people.
Yeah, I know.
So like over the next few weeks, like I was watching a lot of game film and like I would always look forward to it. It was I played with them Friday mornings.
Yeah. So they play Friday morning. One second.
And, they play on Friday mornings and I think one other day too.
Tuesdays. I think Tuesdays.
Yeah, so I think I played with them Tuesday mornings. Friday mornings I couldn't because I had class.
You had class on Fridays, man.
But close to the end of my time, I started skipping class to go play.
Hey, there you go. That's how you become pro, guys. Skip class, go to pickleball.
He said it, not me. My mom will kill me if that's public. But it quickly became what I looked forward to the most in my week, which is like nuts, right? Like, as I was hanging out
with the old people.
I played at the time I was playing. I started on the O line for the Ultimate Frisbee team, which is kind of like the quarterback of the team.
Yeah.
But it was. Like,
so then less Frisbee.
Well,
more pickle
I wasn't good enough to play at the next level of Ultimate.
Oh, okay.
So I was like kind of looking for something to do.
Competitive.
It kind of came into my life at the right time where I could still be competitive.
Yeah.
And, I think part of the reason I gravitate toward it is because like I can literally compete with the best in the world. I can play with every once in a while beat some of the best players in the world, right? Tennis, there's no way. How that's happening. But yeah, like.
Oh, so do you feel like like since pickleball is so new, like the range of skill at the pro level isn't as drastic as it is like in tennis?
That's a good question.
Do you get what I'm meaning?
I know,
like the best of the best and the worst of the best. Yeah. Like whether it be like in each respective league, like whether it be like men's or women's or mixed or something like that.
I definitely think it's easier to get to pro pickleball than pro tennis right now. Partially because tennis is so physical.
Yeah.
Or pickleball, the kitchen kind of takes out some of the physical.
I also think from the money side too, pickleball has been doing a great job of supporting the pros and putting on events, like especially ones like this that
it's definitely getting better. There was did you see the news that just came out today
about
that MLP and PPA contracts, they're trying to convince their players to take a 40% pay cut.
Whoa.
So
then in exchange for
I think they're saying if you don't, then you won't be able to play. We won't let you play, basically. So, interesting times in pro pickleball.
Okay, APP, make your move.
So.
Yeah. Interesting.
I didn't even answer the question. What was the question?
Oh, no. You answered it. Like, like the court being smaller, the kitchen, like playing a big part of it.
Slower ball.
Yeah, slower ball, for sure. So you discovered pickleball at NIU playing with some of the retired people, which I think was like, I had discovered pickleball like playing with old people too, and I thought it was funny. Like, I mean, you were in college at the point, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with like my 60 to 80-year-old friends.
When I told my classmates, like, I'm gonna go play pickleball and hang out with these old people, they're like, oh, that's such a joke. But I mean, awesome. It led to me being here now.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy to think of.
So when did you? So you started taking pickleball, like you were addicted. You're past the addiction stage, and then at what point you were like, oh wow, like I'm gonna keep going. Like, were you taking lessons with pros, or just drilling all the time?
I picked it up like November of 2019, I think. So I was playing, the whole month of November. Then over winter break,
like a month later.
Yeah, so winter break, I am home in Rockford. I'm like, oh, where can I go play? I discovered. Have you ever played at the Sports Factory in downtown Rockford?
I have not played there, but I heard a lot of people would play there.
Yeah, so I started playing there in like the open plays, and I got I got invited to like the advanced open plays. Like, I'm such a big deal.
Leagues. And there's like good competition, good skill, and like you're able to get a lot of reps.
4-0-ish players. And then they have this one. I don't know if they still have this tournament, but they had this tournament. It's like every New Year's Eve, or it was every New Year's Eve, and it was a scramble. I mean, you switch partners every round.
Interesting.
So I'm like, oh, I don't know, what should I play in? There was a 4-0 division, there was a 4-5 plus. And I hadn't really like gotten a look at a lot of 4-5 plus players. So like, oh, I don't know, like what should I sign up for? And
at this point, you were like kind of like 4-0.
4-0-ish, and like I was like, well, like it wasn't double elimination. You wouldn't get like go 0-2. So I'm like, I'll just try to play against the good players. I kind of want to be exposed to that. First round, I play against this guy Mike Shears, who I'm not sure if you know of him. At the time, he's like one of the area's top players, and I was playing against him and this other guy. It was like a 4-5. I was playing with Mike's girlfriend at the time. He was like a 4-0, like well below him.
Yeah,
and we beat him. And he was like, who the hell is this kid that just beat me with my girlfriend? So like after,
and that also came as a surprise to you.
Well, I had like, it was my first like competitive like somebody called a time. I'm like, we can call time. I was like, this is Neil. But like it's like after that I was lucky enough to win that tournament thing. So then afterwards, Mike, he kind of took me under his arms and exposed me to a lot of the 5-0 plus players in the area. And we would play
when they would play weekly. And
So we would play at the Clock Tower, which is now demolished.
Okay, that's why I've never heard of it.
It's where they're putting in the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh,
There used to
yeah,
be Clock
yeah,
Tower
yeah.
Tennis Club
Yeah,
there.
I see. Oh, no way.
There was a tennis club
Okay.
there. And I was actually teaching tennis there at the time too. But we played there once a week. And they'd have players come from all over.
Yeah.
And
that really starts the upward spiral.
Definitely, yeah. Like,
you're playing high level matches with a lot of good people.
Yeah, and they're all like back then pickleball was very, very like everybody's helping each other.
Mm-hmm. And the community was so small too.
It was very
it's
small. Like everybody 4-0 plus knew each other, which now not the case at all.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was fun because like players would come from all over, and my second month with that group, this random kid comes from Whitewater, University of Wisconsin Whitewater. I'm like, who is this guy? He's skinny. He's it's pretty fast. Like, who's this guy? It was Zane Navratil. Yeah. So a couple months into playing, I was playing with Zane. And that was pretty fun. That kind of got me introduced to.
And that was before his pro days, right?
He was like starting to get into pro at that point. Yeah. But it was really fun, like, getting exposed to that level of playing. That really kind of shot me upwards. That, and then I started playing with Dave and Madison over COVID. That, kind of took me to the next level.
Yeah, awesome. So did you ever have a point where you were, like, really invested in lessons, or it was mostly just...
So I've actually never taken a pickleball lesson.
Really?
All I have learned was through playing with really good players, watching footage on my own, and kind of making mental notes.
Yeah. That's how I like to learn too. Part of it is because I'm frugal, but also part of it is because I feel like I'm absorbing what I need to in the moment. And like, how big of does YouTube University play in this whole thing?
For me, it was huge because I was watching like the highest. The best players at the time,
like all the live streams and stuff.
There weren't really live streams at that point. It was people would record matches on their phone and then post them later. But yeah, so that I would like look at one player and think about one thing I wanted to copy from them. And watch a lot of footage on them. Like Kyle.
What's an example?
Like Kyle
of one?
Yates, the topspin drop. That's like a staple of my game now. I was one of the first to be doing it. In the lower 5-0-ish levels. So like I watched that, and I was drilling all the time. I was drilling more than I was playing. It was good because I always had someone to drill with, and Jen, who Victory. We were drilling nonstop. So that was what kind of led to my going up. So
the drilling being a big part of it.
The drilling and the being exposed to high level play early on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, it's crazy to think how far it's been, like, since not having... Did you play tennis before?
So I played tennis, growing up. I wasn't good enough to play D1 tennis. I was recruited to play like low end D3, but at the time I was burnt out. I didn't, I was sick of tennis. Right? So I was like looking for something else to do. And a lot of the things that I did well in tennis translate over really well to pickleball.
Yeah,
it's like
agreed.
In tennis, I was a much better doubles player, singles player. I had really good hands. I was really good at placing the ball, and those are two of the most important things in pickleball. So that definitely helped. For sure.
So with all this progress that you've made, like in pro pickleball and stuff, where do you see yourself in like 5 years from now?
5 years.
Or what's your like next pickleball goal?
5 years is a long time away. I know that my days of competing at the top level will come to an end. Probably, within the next few years, and not, sooner than I would want. But I'm trying to transition into teaching a lot of pickleball players. I want to transition to a role where I'm teaching high level pickleball players only. So like I've talked about it with my bosses. Like our plan is right now I'm teaching everybody. But the plan is to eventually only teach 4-0 plus players because that's where I find the most joy. So that's where I hopefully
and where your experience can really come in, because like anyone can teach score, anyone can teach like the basics. Like
I feel like the experience I've had coming up in pickleball is somewhat unique to where a lot of I really had to grind more than a lot of players do now, partially because I had to change so many things just because paddle technology wasn't where it was.
Would you also say some of that is like bad habits from tennis getting rid of?
Definitely, for sure. Like I can usually tell like when I have a new person I'm teaching for the first time and they're stepping into their volleys, right? That's like you play tennis player. Yeah.
You see that.
Yeah, like these big backswings. Like, eliminating those small things, I think I can really help with. So
awesome. Okay, cool. So, all right. So this section is called bag talk, and so we're gonna go through your bag. And we're going to talk about some of the things that you have in your pickleball bag, why you have them, why you like bringing them, especially since this bag here is like tournament, day before practice day. Yeah. And then let us know what new stuff you're going to put in for tomorrow when it's game day.
Okay, well, so, right now.
Oh yeah, so what is the bag first?
So this is the Selkirk bag, the new bag they just came out with. Yeah. Love you, Selkirk. They do sponsor me.
Yes.
So yeah.
All right, you got 20 different hats.
Yeah, I go through hats like crazy. So
you sweat through them?
A bunch of hats, yeah.
All right,
I got some LGT hats, some Selkirk hats.
There we go, okay.
Gotta have my...
I like the camo Selkirk one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I got my Selkirk water bottle here.
Absolutely massive.
Pretty cool. Got some tungsten tape, some safe lead tape.
Do you use lead tape on your paddles?
I do. So my paddle's actually...
all around or...
So my paddle's being tested right now, but I've got...
Oh, this one's brand new.
Got a brand new one here in case my paddle fails, which it didn't, by the way.
This thing is so cold, dude. Oh my God.
It's been in my car.
Where do you like to put it?
I use 0.1 ounce strips, so they're already pre-cut. I put one here, and I put one in the hole in the middle.
Oh, okay.
I feel like putting it at the top makes it weigh a lot. It makes it a lot heavier, so that's...
So you like it more towards the neck?
Correct. And most players do too, because they like to expand that sweet spot, bring it down a little bit.
Okay, for sure.
There's the paddle. We got some clothes that I kind of threw in there.
Yeah, got to stay warm out here. Oh, this is the new hoodie that
APP
All right,
hoodie.
check that out. Check that out.
Yep.
Looks dope. What is this? Association of Pickleball Players.
There you go.
All right, dope.
I got a towel here for if I'm super sweaty. Got a massage gun.
Oh,
in
Beer
here.
City towel too.
Yeah, Beer City. Love that tournament.
How often do you use that?
The towel?
No, this.
So I actually don't use this as much as I used to. I used to be like a serial cramper.
And then you start drinking water?
I started taking these liquid IV. I've always got tons of these in here.
Like before games?
Before tournaments. During, I like to drink water, but before, I like to drink this, or in between matches.
Pro tip.
Yep. Always stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Let's see. Some BioFreeze. Yeah. Haven't used that in a while, actually.
That's good, though, because you're not injured.
Let's see. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Yeah. You never know where they'll be, I guess. Sharpie to sign
autographs.
Sure. Yeah, we sign autographs. Let's see. I've got
the tripod too to film yourself.
I've got a tripod to film my matches. That's right.
Are you gonna film tomorrow?
Probably.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like to watch myself, and I also post instructional videos or funny clips. Neil Mediratta Pickleball. Check it out.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of balls in here because these balls crack like crazy. So
what are they?
These are Duras. These are the ones that we'll be using this weekend in most pro tournaments. For this year, we'll see about next year.
Have you played with Selkirk's ball?
A little bit. I really like it so far. Yeah. Awesome. So at our club,
outdoor, right?
It's an outdoor ball. It's we're looking at buying a bunch of them for the club because they last a long time, which is really good.
Awesome.
Got some supplements here. I have a lot of food allergies actually, so that's where I get all my nutrients from. So I have a couple of these in here.
Is it before, during, or after games?
They're basically like mini meals.
Oh, okay. So like after, or like if you have a long break between.
Yeah. Tape measure.
Got to measure the kitchen, make sure the height on the net
usually for measuring the net. What do I have in here?
What's standard net height?
36 on the sides, 34 in the middle.
All right, you're making sure.
Oh yeah. More so when I practice, so I don't practice on low nets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've got some grips. Grip my paddle. I like to grip my paddle the night before every tournament. I've got scissors to cut out stuff.
And what grips do you use?
I like the Wilson over grips just because I've been using them since my tennis days. I've got some electric tape to put on the edge of the paddle, and I've got these lead strip. These are individually pre-cut strips. Each is 0.1 ounce. So
that's the one you put like in the smiley. Of
yeah. So that's what I have in there. So wireless mic. I've been messing around with doing
making
some
your own videos. Awesome.
Some mic'd up play actually.
Yeah, dude, I had some mic'd up play earlier. Yeah, I was telling you about that. With the brothers.
I think that's pretty much it for now. Awesome. I got my shoes in here too.
Okay, cool. What do you like to wear?
Whatever is cheaper. Yeah. And it has a 6-month warranty.
Okay.
Yeah. So
carve through, dude. You can carve through shoes.
Yeah, I go in the summer. I go through shoes in like 3 weeks. it's nuts.
Your toe is already like sticking out of the bottom.
Yeah. So
awesome. Okay, well I'll let you put your stuff back in your bag, and then I'll need you to take your paddle out. Yeah. Okay. So this year is a game we're calling like paddle bounce, and you have 3 tries to see how many times you can hit the ball on the edge of the paddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
This would be easier if I had my 002 on me. The 002 I can.
Do you want to keep the plastic thing on there?
Yeah, I'll keep it on there.
Okay. All right. Well, you have 3 tries to go for your highest number.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was that 7 or 8?
I think it was 8.
All right, 8.
Okay, a little bit harder with the edges paddle, by the way. I think. I don't have another paddle in right now.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Oh, 26, dude, that was crazy.
I don't know if it'll get better than that.
That was crazy.
Let's stop there. Let's stop there.
Stop there. 2 tries only. Okay, we're ending off on a good note.
Awesome.